Welcome back to Central Hour, where we have to be really quiet because Judd's mum's decided to go to bed at 5:10 in the afternoon.
She's out ill, bless her, and also she's going for like a casting thing tomorrow, so she don't want to be that fucked when she gets in for it. So
Hold on, let me just translate that for everyone. She's being a little bitch. Okay, here that's the here's the intro music.
Alright, mummy.
Well, that was the intro music.
Was I coughing during the intro music?
Towards the end, yeah, it was a nice
Alright.
transition.
Okay.
What the hell is going on? What I've just tried to ring Judd, right? And what I've got is, you call at the worst times. My mum's going to bed. It's 5:10. And then he goes, I'll just do it in my nightgown. I'm like, alright, that's fine. For some reason, after a minute of him trying to put his nightgown on, which took forever, by the way, he says, "Oh, there's some ham on top of my computer."
Something else that's a bit funny and a little random is after the stream and before I go to bed later, I need to cover myself in this ointment.
What ointment? What is it?
It's because I've been like itching loads. It's for that.
Yeah, and you've got lesions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what the doctor gave you then? Did you go to the doctors today?
Yeah. I managed to get in.
So
I woke up at 8:00.
A bit of backstory on like what's wrong
Yeah,
with
go
you
on.
though. Like, yeah, you may as well explain it. It's you that's like
Well-
got leprosy or whatever.
Well, I've just, just one day, my mum actually thinks, because one night, because for some reason I think I was ill or something,
Yeah.
I was really warm. I was just like, I'm just gonna like fall asleep on the top of my covers
Yeah.
and just leave the window open. It was that day. Do you remember when I really fucked up my back? Like, I was doing
Yeah, when
something
you
stupid
when you
and I, like,
pretended
pulled
to do
my
a
back.
school shooting and you pulled your
Yeah,
back out.
Yeah, it was then. So I was like, I'm just gonna sleep with the window open. And I think it was about then that I started just like getting really itchy. So yeah, but I've got like these bumps coming up, and anyway, turns out it's scabies.
What's scabies?
It's like a parasite. It's like
Oh, for God's sake, you are
Yeah.
gross.
I'm
I'm gonna
rickety
Google this
cricket.
right now.
I'm rickety cricket.
Thing is, it pisses me off, right? Because you get something like that, which is you can tell
Scabies.
by the symptoms, that it's obviously infectious, and you're like trying to touch me all the time, and you're smiling now. It's not fucking funny. It's like it's gross. You're disgusting.
It's a little bit funny.
It's
quite a bit
not
funny.
though.
It's quite a bit funny.
One of the first symptoms is intense itching, especially at night. Tiny this is literally what the NHS says, so the National Health Service in England says tiny mites lay eggs in the skin, leaving silvery lines with a dot at one end.
Yep, that's it.
We can see the dot, but I don't know.
I don't know about the silvery line.
The rash can
I know
appear
what that is.
anywhere, but it often starts between the fingers, which is definitely exactly where yours has started. It's like around like your knuckles, isn't it?
Yeah.
The rash spreads and turns into tiny red spots. The scabies rash usually spreads across the whole body, apart from the head.
Yeah, no, my head's been fine.
It says it's not usually serious, but it sounds fucking serious to me.
It sounds awful. I hate the idea of it. Like it is disgusting. I know it is, but I've not like.
That's why I was literally saying to you, get the fuck away from me. You're gross. Why do you think it's funny to give someone a literal tiny mite parasite that lays eggs inside of it? It's not funny at all.
The way you describe it's really funny.
I'm not describing it in a particular way. That's just what it is.
So I didn't know it
It also
was that.
says here, anyone you've had sexual contact with in the past 8 weeks should also be treated.
Wait,
He's acting like and counting them all.
No, I just like if it was in within a. No, it's not. No, no,
See, I
no, we're
mean,
good.
right now I'm really conscious of how itchy I am, and I think it's because just because I've been reading this like through the day. I don't think I've been
Yeah,
particularly itchy, but you know when you read
you'll
about
love it.
something like
Yeah,
this, it makes you feel all itchy.
you'll love it fine. The thing is, I didn't know that this is what it was. So if I would have known beforehand, I wouldn't have been doing this because like today when I've got in, I'm like. I said to my mum, I'm like, I'm not gonna like come in and give you a hug because I've just got home, or I'm not gonna do anything like that. I've made sure that like I've not even sat on the sofa or anything. I've said to her, if the kids come home, tell them I can't hug them or anything because I don't want them to get this. So I'm not actually going. Hee hee, I'm gonna give somebody a skin parasite. I'm like,
No, but that's exactly what you've been doing with me. You've been rubbing
no,
your
but
hands all over me and
I
that.
didn't know that. I didn't know that's what I had. I do
Judd,
that to
you
you
can
because
tell
you hate
that
my presence.
You don't need to know exactly what it is to know that whatever was wrong with you is bad. It's infectious.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is what it says on the NHS website that you should do. Well, I'll start with first of what you shouldn't do. It says don't
Okay,
have
go on.
sex or close physical contact until you've completed your entire treatment.
Right. Okay.
Right? Don't share a bed, clothes, or towels with someone.
Okay. I've got my own towel, so that's fine.
But
I'm obviously not going to share.
I don't give a fuck about
clothes,
you. I'm
so-
thinking about when you've been at my house. You've been sat on my beanbags. I think that'll be fine. You did share.
Oh, yeah.
You did share one of my t-shirts. You wore one of my t-shirts, but I've not worn
The
that since you
Superman
wore it. I just put it in the. I put it straight in the wash, so that's
Yeah.
that's fine. You have slept in the spare bed,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to wash that bedding.
Yeah.
And what else? Is there anything else
If you've got
that
gloves,
I need to worry about?
If you've got gloves as well, maybe, you know, this is just being like ridiculously safe now, but you know when you pick up the bedding and stuff to wash it, maybe be wearing gloves while you do that, just in
Yeah.
case. So,
Yeah. It's God.
and to be honest, it is embarrassing that I've got to do this and that we've got to tell people this, but I don't do out for it to have happened. I've not done out. Unlike the only thing is like sleeping with my window open, which I didn't realise you could get fucking scabies from. So
I don't think that that's caused it by any means, because I sleep with my window open a lot.
what else have I done? What I don't do it. I don't go out and do out.
You're a
like,
pretty just disgusting kind of person in general, to be honest.
Actually, I do. I like make sure I wash quite a lot. Like I don't do it every day, but I wash like a fair amount. I
Judd, one of your
I don't
defining
know.
characteristics that we've said about you for years is that you emanate scuzz from your skin.
No, but
Just
that,
you
you
in
have to be
general are
honest.
disgusting.
That is from when I was a kid, and I used to be a snotty, gross kid.
What do you mean from when it was? It's now as well. It started when you was a kid.
Yeah, I don't emit scuzz anymore.
You do. You emit a lot
I don't.
of scuzz.
When is
Judd,
the last
you've
time
got
I've done
scabies.
that? When is the
You
last
can't.
time
You can't say shit. You've literally got parasites laying eggs in you. That's what.
Yeah.
That's not even an exaggeration.
Is that a disease or is that marriage? Oh.
Both. Right. So this is the stuff it says that you need to do.
Go on.
Hold on. This is okay. Right.
Yeah, go on.
Wash all bedding and clothes in the house at 50 degrees or higher. Okay. Wash all bedding and all clothes in the house.
Right.
That's so you'll all have to be naked for a day while that's all washed and
This
dried.
seems like overkill because it says it's transmitted through skin contact, and I've literally I only go in my room in the kitchen, so
Yeah. But and then it says put clothing that can't be washed in a sealed bag for 3 days until the mites die.
nice.
And then
Real
it
nice.
says, if you take this out of context, it sounds kind of weird. Stop babies and children sucking treatment from their hands by putting socks or mittens on them. When I
Wait,
first
on the babies.
Yeah. Yeah, because it means if babies or kids get it, do that. But because they've not said if babies and kids get it, it makes it sound like you need to put socks or mittens on babies so that they don't suck your hands.
That'll teach them. That'll stop them.
Oh dear.
Uh,
I can't believe you. Yeah, honestly, every time I talk to you, you've got some other surprising weird crap to tell me about.
I've not, but thing is, like, if I would have done something to cause this, then we can sit here and laugh and go, oh, what a fucking idiot for doing this. But I've not done it, and that's what pisses me off the most. I've not done anything for this to happen.
Yeah, you've not
You
done
so
anything at all. Like, you've not washed, you've not put soap on you, you've not cleaned it in. No, you do, but
yeah,
it's...
stay away from all that yucky soap. That soap's not going to give me scabies. I tell you what.
it,
But
I don't know. I can totally see how you've probably done something. Because
what do you reckon I've done?
you
What
hang
do you think
about
I've
in
done?
like you like gross areas and places like you're infamous for liking Corp in Sheffield, which is
I
just
don't
a
anymore. I did, but
disgusting
I don't
place.
anymore.
And it's you like scuzzy places, and you're a scuzzy kind of
Yeah,
guy.
but thing is, it specifically says like skin contact or something. So uh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
and
No,
I suppose you don't really interact with many people. So it's like,
yeah,
which it's another like defining trait of losers like us boys.
yeah, but
It's
so I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know if I could say to you, oh, I know it. What I was rolling about in the mud a bit ago. Just enjoying mud
I
and like
don't
smearing it all over my
think
body.
that just skin
But
contact is the only way to get it. I think that's the only way like to transmit it through other people. Surely there's these mites like in like the wild, if that makes sense. So like just
I
like
thought I thought maybe I could get it from my pets because I've got two dogs,
yeah.
but it specifically does say you cannot get it from your pets. So like I think it can only live off humans, which
Well,
I
yeah,
did.
but surely it can also manage like you said, rolling in the mud. Like you would
Yeah,
pick stuff up from that. Surely that's like a place where you could get stuff from.
maybe because you know how they say you have to seal stuff in a bag for 3 days until the mites die.
Yeah,
So that means that they can go a prolonged time on a surface without being in contact with a human host.
yeah.
So maybe
But
somebody's been in
I would say
only.
that because they say 3 days, I reckon they can only
Yeah.
survive 2 days without being on a human. But the
But
thing
that's
is
in
as
a
well.
sealed plastic bag as well. We're talking about in the
Oh,
open, breathing air as
yeah,
well. So
yeah, maybe not them.
maybe somebody has come into contact with something that I've come into contact with, and the mites have been on that, and then I've picked that up. So that opens it up a bit more, doesn't it? Because,
Yeah,
like you say,
it's
when I
got to
do
be
go
that.
around town and stuff, then I could have got it off something else. So obviously some cunt's been out and had it and been on stuff, and then I've come into contact with whatever they've come into contact with, and now I've got it. So
Yeah, it could literally
it's
just be the case of like a pint glass, I'd it or something like that.
yeah, which I now have to think as well. When I've been round yesterday,
Yeah,
have I given it to somebody else? Have
probably.
I given so? Which
It's
sucks. Which sorry.
yeah. I mean, but that's what I was gonna try and say. Like, as in, it's probably not even like a dick move if someone has done that to you by accident,
Yeah,
because it. How would you even know? Like I say, you only start noticing like once it's been there a while, because those
yeah.
bumps and everything they need to spread and all that sort of thing. Luckily, I mean, I've seen you a couple times since you've had it, and I ain't got no bumps and stuff, so I
Yeah,
think I'm good. But
yeah.
um,
It's
you have to spot that, then you have to get a doctor's appointment, and then they have to tell you, and that can take weeks, can't it? Then you have to
and
go
and I'll
places.
I'll say now, like now that I know what I've got, I've basically quarantined myself. Like
Yeah.
when Frank fucking shaves himself in Always Sunny
Yeah.
completely, he's like, I want to be pure. I'm doing that. I'm like staying inside. I'm not hugging anybody. Like I'm not hugging the family Oro. I'm making sure that I'm eating off separate plates. I've got my own towel. We've already washed all my bedding and shit, even though I should imagine we should have to do that after as well because I've still got it on me. But yeah, I'm not fucking about with it. I know
I
it's
want
gross
to
what I got, and I don't want other people to have that.
I think I
But
want to see what a scaby looks like.
yeah, let's have a look.
I'm gonna. Oh God.
I know it's gonna be
Oh.
gross.
Oh.
What does it actually
Oh.
look like?
It's
kind of look like
horrible.
they kind of
It
look
looks
like
like a monster from like a Gears of War game or something.
kind of
Let me
looks like a
put this on
weird
the
elephant,
screen.
like a
Oh,
Chernobyl elephant. Do you know what I
it's
mean when I
making me
say
feel
like?
sick. Oh, that's disgusting.
Do you
Scabies,
know
mate. If you're just listening to the podcast
scabies
and
might?
you want to look up what they look like, it is horrible. Oh my god, you can
Can we?
see them. They're actually like, I thought they were like microscopic, but you can actually see them. They're like black.
Can you? I
Yeah,
can't
like
see.
that.
I've never
I've
seen
got a
anything
I
like
can
me.
see a picture here of a guy holding them in his
Send me
hand.
that
Like
one.
there's
Send me
there's
that.
there's one where one of them looks huge, and then there's one that I'm guessing is like a more regular size.
Yeah. Can we
Oh,
call Can we call this
oh,
episode?
they're just disgusting.
Jake, can we call this episode "Might Be a Might, Mate"?
Oh God. Oh,
Yeah, they're awful. They kind of look like crabs.
they freak me out. I hate anything like that. I'm not great with bugs
Dude,
and stuff.
I've got them fucking living in me. What do you?
Yeah, exactly. And it
They're eating my
pisses
flesh.
me off. You're just gross with it as well.
What do you mean? I'm
You're
quarantining myself.
really gross. You're just a disgusting, gross person. This is what this episode is. It's just seeing how much of a disgusting being that you are.
But I'm not putting that on other people. I've quarantined myself. I'm not
Now,
gonna be. Yeah,
you
now
knew
that I
you
know
had something before.
Yeah, I thought I had like an allergic reaction to something. I thought I'd been in contact with something that was allergic to.
Do you know what's
Then
quite funny? You've been into
What?
yoga studio and you were rolling up them mats.
Yeah, but I was doing that with like the flat palm of my hands, and they've been fine.
I don't think that's how it works. I think just in
I
general.
don't know.
Let's maybe not mention it and hope that no one gets
Yeah.
scabies.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But it also says prolonged skin contact, so that's like a good 5-6 second hug. Would you say 4 seconds?
I would have thought more, because if you think about
It's not that,
what
like
the
it's not a
actual
high
thing
five, is it? If I
No.
high fived you, that's not gonna.
I would have thought it'd have to be pretty prolonged. That's why I think it were mentioning like sex and that, because if you think about what they actually have to do, the mite has to come off you, essentially jump off you onto someone else, and lay an egg inside them. That's
Yeah.
what it's doing. It could probably do that pretty quick, because you've seen how like flies can jump, and these things are smaller than flies, and
Yeah.
so I'm guessing they move pretty damn quick. But I would have thought it'd be like, you know, if you were like sat with someone and had your arm round them while you were like at the pub, like if you had a girlfriend,
Yeah.
if you weren't like such a
Yeah.
disgusting mess, and you could actually get a girlfriend. That was genuine hurt I just saw on your face then.
It was really funny.
Well, if you were, no, that's not the end of my sentence. I do have a point. So if you were like that, like if you were sat chilling and like had your arm around someone for like, you could have your arm around them for like 20 minutes or so, couldn't you? I could see how that would totally make it work, but there's not been anything like that.
I think I know who I've got it off. I reckon I know where I've got it from.
Where?
Not. I'll say right now. Not Tom. Not
Weird Tom,
Farina
because
Thompson,
that's the main
That's too
thing.
No.
Judd's got a mate called Weird Tom, and if you
Well, it's
saw
called
him,
Tom, but
okay, it's called Weird Tom, Judd. Even
Okay.
we went out on Saturday, and I was calling him Weird Tom. But thing is, it's I don't want to offend him because he's a good guy. But if you saw him, like the typical person saw him, they would think, "Fucking
There you
hell,
go.
that's one
That's Weird
disgusting,
Tom."
greasy guy." That's what they would think. But it's like when he turned up today. Not today, on Saturday. When
Yesterday,
he came and we saw him.
yesterday, a couple of days ago.
And
Yeah.
I went to Judd, and he doesn't smell, because he looks like he would. He does look like he would, and he doesn't. He's fine. But
Yeah.
it's so that's the go-to. Maybe he
Yeah.
could give scabies, but no,
But no.
he wouldn't.
It weren't. No. I've got this other friend who I sometimes go out with, and I usually go around Sheffield with him. I'm not going to say his name because obviously I'm accusing him of giving me
give him a different
scabies.
name then.
So,
Give him a new name.
um,
Chernobyl.
yeah, Mr. Chernobyl, Mr. Radioactive himself, gave me the scabies.
Radio scabies.
Yeah. All we do is radio scabies, radio gaga.
I can't believe this. I was thinking, what can I think of to talk about on the podcast? Because I've not actually written any like notes for this one.
Yeah.
But no, this is it. We've got it. This is it. Buckle in, people. We've got infectious mites talk for a whole hour.
You've got to promise me that the name of this podcast episode is going to be "Might Be a Mite Mate." I can't even
We've
say
got
it
a
properly.
naming theme, Judd.
Might be a mite mate. That's good. That
We've
Come
got
on.
a naming theme where we just say things are bad. So we'll see. But
Okay. All right. We'll see.
go on, tell us about the story of when Mr. Radioactive gave you scabies.
No, it's just because like I hang about him sometimes, and we'll share a bed because there's no other beds in the house for me to like use, and I can't sleep downstairs because like the dogs are down there, and the dogs will not like leave me alone if I'm trying to sleep. So
Yeah.
I've probably shared his bed before, and I do think I remember getting in the bed and being like, it's really itchy in this bed. So
God.
maybe there we go. But that was I'd say that was a month ago, but I think because it's
ago.
not going to be like next day, boom, it's like all there, is it? It's going to be
No, I would say like it wouldn't be a month. It'd be like a couple days maybe until you started noticing it because them laying the eggs
that
would be
checks
fairly. Them laying the eggs would be fairly quick, but
Yeah.
obviously the eggs have sort of got to affect your skin and like
Yeah.
bump your skin a little bit and that. And even then, it'll only do it like once or twice because then those eggs have to hatch and then those lay other eggs in another place and then you start noticing because there's lots of it. So
Yeah.
it'd take maybe a week,
Yeah.
few days to a week. I'm only guessing. I'm not a fucking doctor. I ain't a scabies expert.
So, because I purposely got myself infected with this skin disease,
Yeah.
what are you going to do so you can have something to
the
talk about on the
views.
podcast? Yeah, because I did this for the podcast, so we got something to talk about.
Well, you did commit to getting your dick pierced at the weekend for a video. Also
yeah,
to
no, I did.
shaving your head for a video too.
Yeah, to be fair, both of those things I want to do anyway. Like, I'm sick with how my hair looks. I want to get rid of it all and just grow.
Start again.
I might look like a doofus. I don't know how I'd look with like a. How shaved are we going? Are we like shaving
bald.
it down or full bald? So we're
Like-
taking
like as in-
shaving cream and razor after.
We've got clippers, the one that goes bzzz,
Yeah.
that one. We've Simon uses it all the time, so it'd be like shaved down as much as possible with that, and then literally I'm talking like shaving cream all over your head
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a razor.
Now, and hear me out.
Okay.
What about my eyebrows?
Let's shave all of you, head to
Yeah,
toe,
And then I can
all of you.
then I can recreate that bit where Frank's like covered himself in Vaseline and he's crawling
Yes,
along the.
that's a video. That's it. You've committed now. It's on podcast.
I don't know about my eyebrows. You can do
Judd,
that with my
Look,
big
listen,
ball.
right? We're already going for the head. You may as well go all the way.
No, I don't want to go all the. I don't want to fully commit.
Don't
I
worry,
wanna fully
it'll
commit.
end up happening. But
All right. Because we're doing this. Do you think bald me would look good with a beanie on? Because I kind of want to hide my baldness.
I think you could
So-
rock a good beanie. You know,
Do you reckon I could do a
'cause
beanie?
I think people need a pretty like round head for a beanie. Like I'm talking top
you-
half of the head, not chin or anything. And you've got a pretty like round head.
Do you? Because I reckon mine. I think mine looks a bit.
No, it's
Maybe.
very round. A very round head. See, mine's pointy in
Maybe.
the middle, so that's why it's not as good. But
Yeah.
yours is like
I think-
super round. This is
I think it
such a
looks kind of
stupid
flat
topic.
on top. I think it kind of looks kind of flat on top.
Nah,
Like,
I think you might look pretty good bald, and I also do think you could do a good beanie. It wouldn't, not one of those like baggy ones. More of like a skull cap
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
seen a skull cap? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So
Well, we'll do that because I kind of do want to do that, and let me bring up dick piercings online. Dick.
that's one of the better sentences I've ever heard. Let me bring up dick piercings online.
I reckon dick piercings could be like a joke name in something, like, is there a dick piercing in? Hello? Paging Mr. Dick Piercing?
When you're talking dick piercing, do you mean like foreskin?
I don't know what I want. Maybe I want something like that, like a Jacob's ladder, because you know how you can get one like...
Can't you?
Yeah, do you know how you get one like... Do you know how there's like one... I think this is what it's for. Do you know how there's sort of like one vein going down like the shaft? I think that's where the piss travels through. I think that's what it is.
Sure.
People get like bars like pierced like underneath that.
Sorry, I just looked up penis piercing. I just saw one where like it's through the head and it's.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's not happening.
I can't even tell what I'm looking at right now. I can't tell which is the proper hole. Because it's gone like through the top and out of the front of like where the pee comes out of and that. And I can't tell which is which from this photo. Oh god, it's disgusting, that photo. There's another one where they've done the same thing and it actually looks fine. Jesus, it seems like everyone who gets a penis piercing has a tiny penis.
No, the one I'm looking at don't look too bad. But
this is making me like feel really ill, actually.
I don't know what.
Oh god, there's a picture here of someone who's put a padlock through the head of his penis.
Let's just fucked that.
I know what you mean with that Jacob's ladder thing, but that's disgusting. Yeah. That I would, if I were you, I'd go. Oh god, there's a picture here that says genital myiasis. Oh god.
You know what's going to happen is I'm going to get this done in like a relatively safe area. It's still going to get fucking infected. I'm
about to send you two pictures. One is of someone's penis. This was once a penis.
Okay.
Oh crap! I need to drag your face out of view of stream because this is definitely not stream friendly. Have a quick look at that. That used to be someone's dick.
That's not a penis. That looks like an ear.
And then this is like someone's mouth that has got infected with the same thing, but it's infected their mouth. That's the head of a penis, that Judd.
I can't look at that anymore. I've got to delete that.
This is.
I can't delete it. Why can't I delete it?
I'll do it. That's someone's
Jesus
mouth.
Christ. That kind of looks like when you've got when you've got a pizza, and you sort of burnt it a bit, but I'm talking about precisely the bit of the pizza where it's the cheese and tomato like just going onto the crust.
Yeah,
that's what his mouth looks like.
Oh, I've just looked up foreskin piercing instead.
Ugh.
That looks a hell of a lot safer and better.
Let's have a look. Faux skin. I might do my balls actually.
God, someone's got their finger pierced with a ring, like a wedding ring. That's crazy.
Wow. So look at this foreskin pierced.
It doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing, but it looks a hell of a lot safer and better.
We've got like child locks on all the internet until like 10 o'clock. So
that's insane.
I find it hard to look up anything like this.
It's weird when you Google something like this, right? Because it's coming up with a bunch of other random stuff. Like there's a two-headed snake, like a real snake, and then there's another picture here of the skin from a circumcision just in a bowl.
Ew.
Ugh. Well,
that's a stream.
God. What do you say after that?
I don't know. I think we're just in shock for a bit. Like,
That's people
and
are
I think
shouting
that's
outside my
okay.
room. I apologise.
I think that's all right for us to just
I feel like we
sit
should
here
be in shock after
in shock.
looking that up. Um, I'm not gonna recommend that anyone looks that up. That was gross. That was really horrible.
Yeah, I didn't know what I'd get done. Is it weird that I'm not like scared of having that, like really scared of having that done? Like,
Um, I don't know. If you think about it, if it all goes well, the worst case is you just take it out and it heals up, and
mm.
it's not a problem. Um,
No, but I might keep it. I might want it. Like, I might go,
yeah,
hey,
well that's
that
that's
looks
what I'm
pretty good.
saying. Is that's the worst case. The best case is
Mm.
that you love it and that it gets you girls because you can be like, I've got my dick pierced. Do you want to see?
Nice,
uh,
nice.
the only problem that I
And
have with it,
I hang about establishments where that's not sexual harassment. That's like actually a wow, really?
yeah, that's why you've got scabies.
Yeah, I love my scabies. I'm gonna leave them in me. I can feel them feasting and
Oh.
burrowing. Oh.
The only problem I have with it is that it doesn't really make for a good video because I can't
You have to
put
blur
that
it
on
all,
the
don't you?
internet.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even blur it. It'd be a massive black box over it.
Yeah,
To make sure.
yeah.
I don't. And the other thing is, I don't even know if a piercing place would let me film it. Full stop.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
and do you like how that's my concern? Not as to
Oh
whether it
yeah,
might
well,
permanently
no,
scar you
because
for life.
I don't. Well, I don't really care that much, do I? I'm like up for the idea. So
Yeah, you suggested it.
did I?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I did.
No,
I
because
did.
I've been thinking
Hint
about
at
doing this for
potentially.
quite a while.
I did hint at potentially getting my nipples pierced for a video because that'd be funny.
Yeah. I don't
But
think you
then
look
you were like,
that.
"Oh yeah, but I was thinking about getting my dick pierced." I'm like, "Oh no, okay then."
You know,
Oh,
and I have been for quite a while. I've been thinking about this since start of college. Like, there's just I've just been like, yeah, I'll do that. In fact, no, I wanted to get the seam of my balls pierced. I think that's what I'm gonna have done. Yeah.
I could never do that. That's.
I didn't know why. Like, it's like there, like you can nip that really hard, and like you'll have to be nipping for a bit to go. Okay,
Why
I
the
can feel a bit of
fuck have you
something.
been nipping your ball sack?
No, because I'm saying that. Sorry, that sounded really
'Cause
funny.
you've just realised that that's what it sounded like.
No, it's not. I'm just saying that because you know when people sort of say, "Oh, what's like having like a piercing done?" It's
Yeah.
like people say, even though it's not really, the people are like, "Oh, it's like being nipped really hard for a little bit," and it's like it's not really, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. So when you sort of do that, it like hurts way less than say if you were doing it on your ear, you know, where people normally get pierced. So like here, getting an ear piercing hurts way more than like getting their pierced. Like I'm what I've been told anyway, and doing the old nip of the sack, you know, having a quick feel, a quick fun.
So you have been pinching your ball sack then?
Jake, I'm always pinching him up all
Do
the time.
you know-
I'm all the time.
Do you know what
Go
was
on.
great about that is I just heard my sister walk past my door, my 12-year-old sister, like quietly going, "Dad," as I just yelled, "So you have been nipping your ball sack then?"
I wish you would have been really aggressive with that. Like, oh, so you have been.
Oh dear. I can see myself getting some great content out of this. I've got some. I really looked into you being my brother, didn't I? When I want to get content,
What do you mean?
because you are a gold mine of content for videos.
Oh, I misheard what you said. Because to me it sounded like you said, I really looked into to see if you were actually my brother or not.
No, I was lucky with the hand I was dealt when I for wanting. If I ever want content, I'd just be like, Judd, what weird stuff have you been up to lately?
There's there's an idea you presented me with recently, and I can't say what it is because that'd spoil it.
Mm.
But you went, oh, can we do this?
Yeah, I know what you
And
mean.
it was something that any normal person would play. It'd be like, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? And I went, like, even without any sort of thinking, I just went, yeah, all right, that sounds cool.
Well,
Like,
it's all right to say it because in the context of how I want to do it, it's like a bit. It's more of like a sketch. It's not meant to be tricking
yeah,
people. Because I asked Judd, oh, can me and Helena pretend to kidnap you for like a bit for a video? And he was like, oh yeah, all right.
yeah,
So that's like you were saying, like a normal person would be like, no, that's weird. That.
yeah. But
But
it's funny, isn't it? It's just funny. Like,
yeah, because I figured it'd make for a great like start of like Extreme Rock Paper Scissors or something, where it looks like I've kidnapped you and made you play this Saw game or something like that, where we do Extreme Rock Paper
yeah,
Scissors.
that is a funny bit, but like, yeah, it's funny. Like, I always try to find things funny whenever I can. It's like with this fucking mites thing. I know it's gross and I hate having it, and it's
Yeah,
like, it's awful, but I got a joke about it because, like,
it's that
what
old
else
saying
would
of you may
I
as
do?
well laugh at it because if
Yeah.
you don't, you might just cry at it instead.
That's not
So
the saying at all. You just
it was something close to that, but it is
I
something to do
tell
with
you
like
what, the
crying at it
saying
instead of
is,
laughing at it.
the saying is,
You're a fucking
what goes
cunt.
up, what goes up will stay up there for a while.
Me and Judd had this inside meme for a while where we would come up with sayings like that, like like cliche sayings that people say, but they're a bit wrong. So it's like one of the ones that we said yesterday was, well, you know what they say, what goes up it might keep going up.
It might be like if it's a bird or a ball that's been hit really hard, it might just keep going.
And when he said that, it made it sound like the bird might have been hit really hard as well. Oh dear.
Ugh.
We have fun, don't we? We have
Yeah,
fun.
we have
Oh.
fun. We have fun. We have fun. Especially with these mites burrowing into my flesh. That's fun.
What are you gonna say to Dad and Natalie, because they take the piss like even when it's
I've
not a big deal at all. Like, because when we were saying that you've got to go to doctors because you've got like these marks all over you, Dad were like
yeah,
were straight in taking piss like as much as he can, like really
yeah.
like over exaggerating it to the point where it's not really funny. Like it became a bit like he comes across as like he's trying too hard to make fun of people sometimes, but if they find out what you've got, imagine what they're going to be like.
Well, no, I've already told Dad because he
Have
because he
you?
rang me up. Yeah, he rang me up and he was like, "Did everything go okay at the doctors?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've got scabies." And he's like, "I don't think he knows what it is."
Well, I didn't until I just Googled it.
Yeah, but it was like, "Oh shit, so you're all right then?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I've got some ointment for it." And for some reason, he thought I said ointment, so he would having a
That's what
piss
it would take
about
him
with that.
piss out of then.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
God, he
but
does make me laugh. I find it
yeah.
quite funny nowadays because he tries to like make fun of people, but it don't work that well because he's old and slow, so
Yeah.
it like it comes across as him being a bit pathetic sometimes.
Mm. I know exactly what you mean. I do know what you mean. But yeah, that was basically it.
Oh,
But yeah, it's just gross, isn't it?
it is. So literally, this podcast has been about infectious mites and penis piercings. Well,
Nice.
only on the Podcast Badly podcast would you get that.
I am gonna fucking drown myself in this ointment later. Honestly, the second that this finishes, I'm running to that toilet. I've got 3 tubes for it. I'm gonna use
Did
all
you have to
of them.
pay for it?
For they still owe me 3 tubes because like nobody gets this stuff that I've had because nobody's
Right.
disgusting enough to have scabies. And so I went in. I was like, "Hi, can I have?" Because basically the doctor I was with was like, because I'm gonna get like the people in my house to use it as well. Just to be sure, just be
Yeah.
extra sure. They don't have to put it all off for themselves, but I don't know, just like use a bit.
Maybe just wipe it on their hands sometimes or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, something like that. So he gave me six. He gave me a prescription for 6 tubes of the stuff, and 6 tubes of this ointment only actually cost £9.
Right.
So it's like fine. It, this
So
it's
so you
completely
had to
fine.
pay
But
for it then, because sometimes you don't have to pay for stuff.
well, I think my mum overall pays for like prescriptions and stuff, but yeah, but yeah, it's like £9. Yeah, so this time I didn't have to. No, this time I had to pay for it, but um, yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like I'm just gonna. I have 3 tubes of it now because they only had 3 in, and I'm just gonna. I might use like 1.5 because
You don't want to go
he
too
said to me.
overboard because you want to
No, but
make sure
he
you've
said
got
to me.
it.
He said to me, cover yourself in it, like all over,
Right.
and
I suppose if he were trying to make you get 6 tubes worth, he probably expects you to use like a tube a day, essentially.
yeah, yeah. But no. He said to me, all you have to do is do that, rub it in,
Yeah.
don't wash it off, sleep in it, like because it needs to be on for like 7 or 8 hours
Hmm.
at least. Like what you're hoping for is like 9 plus, really.
Yeah.
And then leave it for a week, and then if it's gone, then it's gone.
So
So
you only have to put it on once.
that's the dream, yeah. That I only have to actually put this on once. Um,
Are you going to put it
be-
on? Like I would do it a couple, like 2 or 3 days, just in case.
well, I'm gonna do just in case because obviously I don't want this. So, or maybe I should keep my babies. But yeah, so because he said if I do this once, then leave it a week, and then next week if it's still happening, do it again, and then wait for a week, and after those 2 weeks, if it's still going, then it's not scabies. So
It highly points to it being that though, doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, it
I'm
most likely
pretty
is.
damn convinced.
I'm almost like at this point hoping that it is, just so that if I do this once and then it goes,
Yeah.
then it's sorted. 'Cause
Luckily, when we looked it up, then there's no like downside to having scabies, really.
apart from it's gross as fuck and you don't
Yeah,
want
it's
it.
just like, ugh, I don't like it. But it
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like give you any health downsides, really. You've just got an
No.
unnecessary parasite living in you, which,
Yeah.
like, it's not bad. Like, the worst thing it says on NHS thing is that it can be itchy. So,
It says what are the prolonged effects of not treating scabies, and it literally just says, "Oh, you're gonna itch for a bit more," and like it actually says that it doesn't say you're gonna itch forever. It just
yeah.
says, it says itching will persist and get worse for an additional 4 or 5 months. So
Yeah.
eventually they'll die off because apparently they've not got that long of a lifespan.
Oh,
But
so even if you did nothing about it, it would
yeah, it would just go
eventually
away.
just cure itself.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's what the problem is, isn't it? Aren't they laying eggs in you? So surely they just keep reproducing.
Well,
in
it's
you.
either that or your body, your immune system just goes, right, something up here, and now I know how to fight it. So maybe that's
Yeah.
it. So
Okay. Well,
it's just, it's gross and I don't want it. And hopefully this will just sort it out. So,
in other news, I bought on cdkeys.com, in case you want to get it as well. I got Rage, the first Rage game. That's what I played on
Cool.
stream yesterday.
is it good?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I underestimated how old it is, but
Mm.
it feels like I'm just playing like a slight bootleg Fallout.
Yeah.
It's honestly like Fallout and Borderlands had a baby. Well, I think it's closer to Fallout, which is kind of weird, being as it's just made by Bethesda, so it's almost like they've made the same game twice.
Mm.
And I've not got that far in it yet, but there's sort of I don't know. It's all right so far. I quite like it so far. There's plenty that I'm not too fond of. The PC version, the graphics are kind of weird because if you
Yeah.
put like texture detail on full and that, they've only added better textures and that sort of thing, better detail on a few things. So like the character models and the guns and like the cars and that sort of thing they have, but
Mm.
all the environment they've not done it for, so it all looks really weird because it's like there's some stuff that's a lot higher detail, like randomly,
Yeah.
which is a little bit of an advantage at some points when like loot is slightly harder to see. Because
Yeah.
it's not like Borderlands where there's like a light shining out of it. You actually just
Yeah.
have to pick it up. So you can normally tell where loot is because it's higher resolution than all the background. So I'm like,
Nice.
I can pick that up. It looks better. And it's all right. I mean, it came out like 8 years ago. It came out in 2011, so I can't expect that much out of it. And it were £4. So I've got it. It makes me think that Rage. It's convinced me more that Rage 2 is probably really good. Is the main thing it's done.
Mm, that's not what I've heard.
Let me have a look at the rating.
Um,
I think if I enjoy Rage, which so far I'm quite enjoying it, I might get Rage 2. 6 out of 10 on Steam, 3.5 out of 5 on Tech Radar, and 8 out of 10 on IGN. So decent is what it seems to be.
That's not what I've heard, but okay. All right.
Seems decent. It seems like Rage is doing what what's its face did, Saints Row, because this first Rage, because I saw the trailer for Rage 2 and thought, oh, I'll get Rage 1 because it's dead cheap, and then I might like to play Rage 2, and I expected Rage 1 to be at least a bit similar to the trailer for Rage 2, and it's not. It's a lot more dark. It's not like really dark, but it's like Fallout vibes, like Fallout 3 type
does it
vibes.
take itself like a bit seriously, like?
A little bit more, yeah. And it's kind of scary at points. I got jump scared a couple times last night. If you you can see one, it's like pretty close to the start of the stream, and I got full on jump scared. So it might be worth having a look at that when we're done with the podcast.
When I literally, after I've bathed myself in this cream, then I'll watch it.
It's fun. I think Rage 1's worth playing so far, because for £4, it's alright.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Could be a slightly better PC port maybe, but I think some of the controls weren't intended for PC because there were this certain mission that you had to do, and it were like target practice for this like boomerang weapon, and I can see how with a controller, obviously you have to move the reticle with a stick, so you could overshoot it and all that. So I can see how it would be a challenge on that. But on PC, you just have to put your mouse on it and click. You just have to click these targets essentially, which is dead easy. But yeah, I've been having some fun with it. I've not played it enough to give a proper like review of it or something, but it seems alright.
Are you not going to do an epic review? You're not going to do an epic gamer review?
No.
Are you not going to be What I was going to make a reference then.
It sounded like you went wow 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 wow.
If I did like the Pac-Man death noise whenever like I forget what to say. I just go wow 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 wow.
Something else I've been doing today was I was filming a bunch of videos, like essentially batch recording a bunch of stuff, a bunch of reaction videos, like some like music reaction stuff, and I decided to do a reaction video for every YouTube Rewind that's come like so far. Like I did a look back at everyone since 2012.
Yeah.
And that were a weird trip down memory lane.
That was a weird trip. Did you do like a load
that was a weird trip. Yeah.
Did a load of ecstasy before you watched it. Like,
No,
whoa.
it was interesting seeing
PewDiePie
how
looks so young.
it was interesting seeing how things got exponentially worse.
Yeah.
It was depressing. Honestly, when I watched through the 2018 one, I forgot how bad it was, and I was literally just screaming. It's just terrible. It's awful. Have you seen how many dislikes it's got now?
Which one? Like,
The Rewind 2018, the latest one.
I've not seen now.
Did
I
you
can
see that
imagine
that it became the most disliked video ever?
I knew it was number one. I knew it's number one. Yeah.
Well, let me just look this up. Most disliked YouTube videos. So Justin Bieber's Baby was number one for a long time, right?
Yeah.
But that was mostly because it's a similar thing to Gangnam Style, because Gangnam Style, well, Despacito, right? Wait, where are we? Is not particularly like disliked. You wouldn't have thought it had got like a big percentage of dislikes. In fact, only 10% of the ratio is dislikes. But it's the 5th most disliked video ever, just because it's been viewed so many times. So Justin Bieber's Baby had a similar thing. It's similar because people did dislike it a lot.
Yeah.
It's got just under half dislikes. So it's got 47, nearly 48% dislikes. But it's got 10.5 million dislikes. It's got over 11 million likes. So, but it's
really,
because
it's got higher likes.
Yeah, it's got more likes than dislikes. Yeah, by a little bit. It's pretty much 50-50. But it's got 2 billion views. That's why, right? So
right, okay.
Rewind 2018 has Rewind 2018. Oh, crap! I accidentally played the intro music again. Rewind 2018 has 175 million views, so a lot less than Baby. A lot less.
Yeah.
But it's got nearly 17 million dislikes. 16.73 million dislikes.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Ridiculous.
absolutely insane.
That is... Wow.
There's on Wikipedia there's a graph of Justin Bieber's Baby dislikes compared to like YouTube Rewind dislikes over time, and Justin Bieber's Baby is like just obviously because it's been out for ages, it's like slowly gaining more, like very very slowly, and then the YouTube Rewind graph just goes like right through the roof. Yeah,
nice.
It's insane. I want to look at like out of the top 50 most disliked videos on YouTube, I was interested to see which has the highest dislike percentage. And it's something I've never heard of. It's Daniela Mercury Convoca Mujeres Controllables Sonaro. So let's forget about all that crap and look at the English one.
Let's forget about all that disgusting Indian malarkey.
Okay, well. Yeah. Okay.
I can just hear you playing it.
The highest dislike percentage from an English one is getting started with YouTube Heroes from YouTube Help.
Fucking YouTube Heroes, honestly.
So bad. What happened with that?
Nothing, because they realised how fucking retarded it was.
What I do find quite funny is that Rice Gum is the 3rd on the dislike percentage. With
what, like most disliked YouTuber?
No. It's what percentage of the likes versus dislikes is dislikes. So he essentially copied PewDiePie, because PewDiePie did that video where he said, "Can this video get 1 million dislikes?" And that is actually the 4th most disliked video ever, with like around 4 million dislikes.
Awesome.
And Rice Gum did the same thing, but got a higher
Is
percentage of
It's the
dislikes.
most liked video on YouTube right now. That one Mr. Beast did about the egg.
Let's have a look. Most
You know what
liked
I'm talking?
video on
Do you know what
YouTube.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, because that egg is the most liked thing on Instagram, isn't it?
That's it.
It's not that at all. It's like all music. It's all music. The
Oh,
only
right,
one
okay.
that's not music is that one that you're on about, and it's the 30th most liked. It's got
30th, did you say?
30th.
Jesus.
It's got 9.4 million likes. The most liked video on YouTube is Despacito. Just because, again, like I say, it's if you go on like percentage, it's not even 90% likes. It's only 89%. But it's because there's so many views. It's got 33.6 million likes.
I get it.
Mr. Beast holds the record for the highest like percentage in the top liked, which is good, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Justin
Oh,
Bieber's Baby is the 12th most liked video on YouTube, and it's only got 50% of its likes are likes.
Weird, isn't it?
It is crazy.
It's weird.
Where's is Baby Shark on here?
Did you say
Yeah,
it's Baby Shark there?
Yeah, Baby Shark's not on there. Because when Baby Shark came on the YouTube Rewind thing when I was watching it earlier, I literally just went,
Did you? I can't remember him doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I blocked it out of my mind as well.
Jesus Christ. Like, do you not think for your own, like, self-worth, if you were there filming YouTube Rewind and they went, okay guys, now's the bit where everybody's going to start singing Baby Shark, so let's see some enthusiasm, would you not just go, bye? And would you not just walk off?
Well, I won't be in it. And loads of people weren't, were they? And they didn't want to be. Because 2017 didn't go great, but 2018 was, that was the worst one. There's an interesting list here of most liked non-music videos, and Mr. Beast is top of that. But what's quite fun is that YouTube Rewind 2018, but it's actually good. You know, the PewDiePie one that he did. That's got 8.18 million likes, which is kind of ironic considering what it's based on.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Masha and the Bear, which I've heard of, but
that is a Russian cartoon. That
it is. Then there's Ping Pong Trick Shots 3 from Dude Perfect. Then PewDiePie hitting us again with Can this video get 1 million likes?
Oh.
And that's number 5. There's PewDiePie's on this list of most liked non-music videos 3 times. Because his Ruby play button's on there as well.
Yeah.
Weirdly, YouTube Rewind 2017 is number 10 on the most liked non-music videos.
Liked?
Yeah, but the percentage is only 65% likes. I love looking at this sort of thing. It might be quite boring to a lot of people, but I find that like statistics like this really interesting.
Check the statistics, my dude.
Which is why everyone's sad that no more Social Blade. Goodbye, Social Blade.
Like, what? But why?
Helena,
why would you do that?
Helena sent an emote in the chat of some weird face. I don't know.
Helena,
right.
I've got scabies.
More on that next time, because I think that's a good end of a podcast. Thank you for listening, podcast people. Make sure to watch on YouTube, Jacob Fox 2. There's links to everything. There's merch. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that sort of dealio. Why not even just subscribe to me on regular YouTube? It's Jacob Fox. Why not buy my band? Buy us, book us for a gig.
Why not give me a kiss? Just a quick one, just on the cheek. I ain't got scabies on the cheek, I promise.
Okay, bye.